Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me on this morning weather update. I'm CBS 19 meteorologist Joel Robinson. We are currently streaming live on our CBS 19 Plus streaming app as well as YouTube and Facebook. So thanks so much for joining us today. I have the Facebook chat up right here, or the live stream, and with the chat. So if you have any questions on that end, definitely don't be afraid to ask it down in the comments, and I will be sure to get to your questions. But we're going to be starting right off the bat looking at the tropics here. Let's take a look at what we have in store for the tropics here. We're currently keeping our eye on this area of convection. That's where this X is. It's right off the east coast of Florida right now. X marks the spot, right where that convection is. So we have a 60% chance for tropical storm development over the next 7 days, and that's going to be covering most of the Gulf here all the way up into the Louisiana coastline there. So we're keeping an eye on that, and that will potentially be our next Atlantic storm, which will be Tropical Storm Dexter. So that's what we have in store for the next 7 days here. And according to some of the models here, here's one model that we have. As we put this into motion, as it continues to move through, it'll make its way off into the western parts of the Gulf, and then it'll make a turn up to Louisiana. So that's what this model is saying. We're also keeping an eye on what are called spaghetti plots. These are multiple models in one, and a lot of the models are agreeing so far that it'll make landfall. If it starts to materialize, it'll make landfall over Louisiana. And why does this affect us? Why does this impact us? Well, some of the moisture, some of the residual moisture that is from this tropical cyclone or potential tropical cyclone will be making its way into East Texas. Luckily, I don't think it'll really amount to too much as far as like the strength of a hurricane or tropical cyclone, but it will result in some rain chances heading into this weekend. Now, if it does materialize, it will make landfall around the Thursday time frame. So by the time the moisture and the rain makes it to East Texas, it'll be around the Friday, Saturday time frame. The Thursday rain chance that you see here are just mainly just pop-up showers and thunderstorms out of the heat of the day. But then the moisture really starts to draw in as we head into Friday and Saturday. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But for now, we have just some scattered to isolated pop-up, or I should say just regular showers and thunderstorms for Friday and Saturday, with Thursday being our day for pop-up showers and thunderstorms. For the near term, a couple of us may be seeing some showers today, overall staying dry or dry altogether for Wednesday, pop-up stuff for Thursday, and then the tropical moisture comes in as we head into Friday and Saturday, and then dry weather comes into the picture as we head into Sunday and Monday. All right, let's time this out on Future Skycast. Pretty quiet for most of the day. Model is trying to put in a couple of pop-up showers, but it looks like we will be pretty dry here across East Texas, especially as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. We're going to be topping out at about 93 to 95 degrees across the area. Most of us staying dry. We'll continue to stay that way through tonight and into tomorrow morning, so we'll have low temperatures in the low to mid 70s with mainly clear skies overhead. And then we move into tomorrow afternoon and evening. Here's dinner time, 93 to potentially up to 96, potentially 97 in some locations here across East Texas. So it's going to be very hot, and you couple that with the moisture that's going to be in the air, boy, it's going to be feeling like the triple digits across the board. All right, carrying on, we're going to be continuing on with our quiet weather pattern as we head into Thursday morning, and then we get to Thursday afternoon. A couple of us may be seeing some showers and thunderstorms, but potentially up to 98 for Nacogdoches by dinner time on Thursday. So much hotter temperatures will be filtering in, and alongside that, some of us may be seeing some showers. A lot of us staying dry though, so it's definitely going to be pretty oppressive as we continue on into the later parts of this week. If you're planning on maybe heading out to the pool today, and honestly for the next few days for that matter, it's going to be great weather to do so. Definitely going to be weather where you'll want to get out and enjoy the pool, because we have 90s for today, low 90s for today, middle 90s as we head into the middle part of this week and into the later parts of this week. So it's going to be a very hot forecast coming up here. For tonight, we'll end things off with clear skies, very calm conditions, and temperatures in the middle to upper 70s. Kind of right on par for this time of year. We're on July 15th, which is crazy. I cannot believe we're already halfway through July. That's pretty wild. Here's that 7-day forecast for you. Like I said, dry altogether for Wednesday. I think we'll be pretty dry altogether for Tuesday as well. Just can't rule out maybe that stray passing shower or two for the afternoon hours. But other than that, we're going to be staying dry for Wednesday, pop-up thunderstorms for Thursday, and then the tropical moisture comes in again as we head into Friday and into Saturday. I think potentially there is a potential we might have to tweak these rain chances in for Saturday here, because you see these temperatures moving down to 94 degrees. It's just going to really depend on how widespread these storms are going to be to determine how high the temperature is going to be. But you notice that little bit of a drop in temperature there. We might have a little bit more widespread rain action as we head into this weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. But for now, we're watching convection just outside of the east coast of Florida. And by the way, potentially 96 up to 97 for early parts of next week. Hello. Wow, it's going to be very hot as we continue on into early parts of next week. All right, let's take one more look at the tropics here, because again, we're watching this very closely, and we're continuing to monitor that as we continue into this week and into this weekend. So right here, X marks the spot. That's where the convection is. That's where the original convection for the development for tropical cyclone development will be, and it's expected to move westward. We have an area of high pressure. As you can see, the weather up here is moving to the east. This is moving south. This is moving west. So big area of high pressure rotating everything clockwise all across the east part of the country. So that'll continue to move this moisture off to the west, and as it continues to do so, we'll have that development potentially reach its way up into Louisiana, kind of on that backside of the high pressure system. So high pressure off to the north here, and then there's where the winds kind of start to move up. That's where these thunderstorms and potentially tropical cyclone could actually aim as we continue on to Thursday evening. Now, if this materializes, it may just be a weak cyclone, and we really hope it does end up that way. But as it continues to move across the Gulf, there's a 30 to 60% chance for development within the next 7 days. And if that, again, if that develops, that will become our fourth tropical storm for the Atlantic hurricane season, and that would be Tropical Storm Dexter. So we'll keep an eye on that. So that's one model. Again, a few other models are agreeing with it. A couple of other models may have it go into Alabama, but I think as a consensus here, if it were to move off to the west, it's going to be moving into the Louisiana state there. So we're going to keep an eye on that for the next several days here. Right now, it's known as Tropical Wave Invest 93L. It may have a name within the next few days here, so we'll continue to have updates for you as we move forward. So that's what we have for that. And again, if this actually moves its way into Louisiana, we could receive some of the outer bands, some of the moisture from that, and that will fuel rain chances as we head into this weekend. For now, it's in an isolated to scattered fashion, but we're going to continue to watch this because it very well, I would not be surprised if it becomes a little bit more widespread, just depending on how much moisture is available, there's a lot of unknowns at this time, but I think for now we kind of understand that it's definitely a possibility, and the consensus is that if something were to develop, it's going to be going into Louisiana, and East Texas could potentially get in on some of the bands. So we're going to continue to watch that, but here's one last look at your 7-day forecast here. So for the meantime here, staying pretty dry, the tropical moisture comes in Friday and Saturday. So these are the 2 days to really watch for. It makes landfall in Louisiana potentially on Thursday night, Thursday evening, that kind of time frame. And so by the time we get to Friday and into Saturday, it'll be moving into central Louisiana, and some of the outer bands could make its way into East Texas. So that's why we have rain chances in for Friday and Saturday. We're watching that very closely. And then when it's all said and done, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see. Could be pretty dry as we head forward here. So that's what we have for you. We'll continue to keep you updated throughout the week on this tropical storm activity. Again, this could potentially be our 4th storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. Again, that's Tropical Storm Dexter. Some of that could make its way into East Texas. I think it'll be much weaker than any cyclone or tropical storm. I think by the time it reaches East Texas, it'll be a tropical depression, if not barely anything at all. But I think definitely we'll see some rain out of it. So again, we'll keep an eye on it. And me and Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony will keep an eye on things for you. So be sure to tune in with us for the latest weather updates. And we're going to go ahead and end this live stream for now. We will be on for the noon show with some updated information. So hope to see you there and hope you have a great day.